All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into one of the biggest theories swirling around the MCU. We're talking about how the end of one massive saga might just be the secret beginning of the next one, Avengers Doomsday. So let's kick things off with a pretty wild idea, right? It totally reframes a moment that I'm sure is burned into all of our memories. Captain America, holding that briefcase, about to go fix the timeline. But what if he didn't fix it? What if, in trying to put things right, he actually broke everything? Yeah, exactly. There's this massive theory out there that says Cap's whole mission to return the Infinity Stones, well, it did the exact opposite of what he intended. Instead of healing the timeline, he might have just shattered it. And in doing so, he created the perfect opening for the MCU's next huge threat. It's kind of crazy to think about, isn't it? That one single, heroic act from Steve Rogers could be the very thing that doomed the entire multiverse. And it all boils down to those little timeline branches he created and, what happened to them after he left. Okay, so think back to what the Ancient One told us, right? You take a stone, you create a branch. The whole plan was simple. Return the stones, erase the branches. Easy. But then Loki happened. When he destroyed the TVA's loom and basically freed all the timelines, he accidentally let those messy, chaotic branches that Cap left behind just grow wild. Totally unchecked. And that is the catastrophic result of all those unpruned timelines. You've got countless realities just growing without any control, and now they're starting to, bump into each other. The very fabric of existence is literally starting to tear at the seams. This collision of realities, it actually has a name. It's called an incursion. And you can think of it like a cosmic car crash, where two whole universes just smash into each other. And a lot of the time, only one, or sometimes neither of them survives. So yeah, this isn't just some threat. We're talking about a multiversal extinction-level event. So you can see how it's all a perfect domino effect, right? It all starts with the Avengers' good intentions. Then it gets supercharged by Loki's big choice. And now it's just spiraling completely out of control into total multiversal annihilation. Now, whenever there's this much chaos, you just know someone is going to step in to take advantage of it all. And we're not just talking about any old villain here. This could be the biggest, most dangerous threat the MCU has ever seen, period. We're talking, of course, about Victor Von Doom. Just try to imagine this. You take the scientific genius of Tony Stark. You combine it with the magical mastery of Doctor Strange. And then you wrap it all up in the arrogant, absolute authority of a king. That's Doom. He's a master of tech and the mystic arts. Let's put this into perspective for a second. Thanos, right? He was basically a zealot with one goal: wipe out half of all life to balance things. Dr. Doom's ambition? It's infinitely bigger. He doesn't want to balance reality. He wants to burn the whole thing down and forge a new one from the ashes, with him as the one and only god. And that, right there, is why he's considered an even greater threat. See, Thanos just wanted to edit the universe. Doom wants to hit delete on the whole thing and write a brand new one from scratch, with himself as the author. And this is the rumor that has just set the internet on fire. The idea that Robert Downey Jr. himself could return to the MCU, but not as a variant of Iron Man, but as Victor Von Doom. I mean, can you imagine the poetic tragedy? The man who saved the universe comes back to play the man who wants to replace it. It's just perfect casting, isn't it? Okay, so if Doom is the new big bad, what's his plan? I mean, what's his terrifying grand plan? How does a person even go about destroying and then rebuilding an entire multiverse? Well, his whole plan seems to hinge on this brand new concept, something called anchor beings. Now, for your comic fans, this might be the MCU's take on the Molecule Man. The idea is pretty simple, but terrifying. Every single universe has one person whose life is the linchpin for its entire existence. If that person dies, their whole reality dies with them. So his method is basically this dark cosmic crusade. Doom's going to travel from universe to universe, hunting down and assassinating these anchor beings. And with every single death, he intentionally triggers another incursion. He's orchestrating a controlled demolition of the entire multiverse, just to gather up the raw materials for his new creation. All right, so what's the end game here? What's the final, terrifying outcome of this insane master plan? What has he even built from the ruins of all these dead realities? Well, he takes all the fragments, the last surviving pieces of all these shattered universes, and he literally stitches them together. He creates a brand new patchwork planet, a single unified reality that he calls Battleworld, held together only by his immense power and ruled by his absolute will. And just when you thought it couldn't get worse, here's maybe the most tragic twist of all. Some theories say he can't do it alone. He has to travel to the end of time, find Loki holding the multiverse together at the center of it all, and enslave him. He'd be using the God of Stories as a living engine to power this new, horrific world. So, what does all this mean for our heroes? For the people we know and love? Well, if any of these theories hold water, Avengers Doomsday is definitely not going to have a happy ending. Pretty much every theory out there points to this movie ending a lot like Infinity War did, only on an even more devastating scale. The prediction is that the Avengers, scattered and totally overwhelmed, are going to try to stop Doom's crusade, and they're going to fail. He will succeed in collapsing the multiverse. People are predicting that the final scene is just going to be a shocking flash of white, and then our heroes wake up. They're not dead, but they're different. They're in this new world, battle world, but with rewritten memories, whole new lives. They have no idea that their old reality is gone, and that they're now living under the rule of a brand new god. And that is the ultimate cliffhanger. Doom has won. He is now God Emperor Doom, the absolute ruler of this new reality. It's the perfect setup for the grand finale, right? For Secret Wars, where the few heroes who might somehow remember the truth have to figure out how to challenge a literal deity. And all of this leaves us with the biggest question of all. I mean, if Doom successfully rewrites all of reality, what does that even mean for the future? Is this the grand finale to the MCU as we know it? Or is this a clever backdoor for a total reboot of the entire franchise? One thing's for sure, the stakes have never, ever been higher.